Hey guys, welcome to Technibility, your source for no-nonsense tech. What do we got? We got the iPhone 7. The regular one. I'm going to go ahead and unbox it here, and then we're going to go ahead and go through with the full review. Alright, stay tuned. Alright, you guys can see the box here for the iPhone 7. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just show you guys the box. You can see on the side it says iPhone. It doesn't have the actual 7 next to it. Apple logo. Okay, the front of the device. In the back of the device you have all the legal information. Let me go ahead and just put it next to a sealed iPhone 6s box so you guys can see the difference. It's a little bit bigger. Alright, and again the 6s box you could see has the 6s logo on the side, so just want to point that out that it doesn't say 7 on it. Alright, we're going to go ahead and put the 6s box aside. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and just take the seal off this bad boy. There's the 32GB GSM T-Mobile model. Okay. Alright, I wanted to put this laptop here, this Retina MacBook, to show you guys the gold version of this device in comparison to the gold MacBook. Okay, that came off fairly easy. I like to keep this wrap just in case I resell the device. Alright, I'm going to open it up here. Okay, let's go ahead and take the top part off. Alright, you can see there's the phone right there, which I'll get into in a second. Okay, of course you have the wall port. Alright. And of course you have the lightning cable in there as well. Alright, there's the unboxing. Now let's get started with the actual phone. Alright, you can see the plastic is still on it. Now it's a little bit different from the previous models. You can see the antenna up top is different. The camera is a little bit bigger as well. The bottom of the device. You can see you have the speakers, the lightning port jack, microphone of course. On this side you have the volume rockers as well as the vibrate. Nothing on top. SIM tray right here with the power button. Of course the Touch ID fingerprint. Okay, which is haptic now, or is more of the 3D touch type home button. Of course the front facing camera, proximity sensor and ear speaker. It does have the same 4.7 inch screen with 326 pixels per inch. A10 processor, 2 gigs of RAM. Comes in a 32, 64 and 128GB variant. Again, this is the gold model. They also have rose gold, silver, jet black and the matte black. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just set this thing up and I will be right back. Alright, there you guys go. The home screen for the iPhone 7. Now I do want to get into the specs a little bit deeper. Again, it has 2 gigs of RAM and A10 processors running iOS 10. It's got a 12 megapixel rear camera, optical image stabilization, quad LED dual tone flash, a bunch of other features such as 4K video recording, 8 megapixel image recording, touch focus, etc. You got a 7 megapixel front facing camera that can record 1080p at 30 frames per second as well as 720p at 240 frames per second. Alright, there's no headphone jack. Right? So that's missing. Where's the headphone jack? Well, again, they went with the wireless headphones. Which, hey, I've been using wireless headphones for quite a while now, so nothing new to me. If you guys haven't, get used to it. Believe me, wireless headphones are the wave of the future. Okay, so going ahead, and looking at the actual device, let's go ahead and just run through some of the software here. Alright, again, you got iOS 10, so all the iOS 10 features. You could see you have your Google Now-esque, if you've used Google Now feature, to the left of the home screen. Okay, so if I was to just go left, you could see this search menu, gives you the date, and you can add reminders. You can remove some of these features, you can add more if you'd like, customize it to your liking basically. Okay, so again, you have the widgets basically. You can see it even says it on the bottom, 11 new widgets available, so you could download, customize that if you'd like. The notification bar, which is a little bit different again than iOS 9. Okay, of course you have the ability to remove widgets, add widgets, and of course your notifications come here. You could reply to them, X out of them and all that good stuff. Okay, now you see the home button here, right? The home button is no longer clicky. It's a force touch home button, or 3D touch. So basically you can push down on it, and the harder you push down on it, basically it'll allot different tasks. So you can see I just push down, exits out of my app immediately. I mean literally this thing is super fast. Let me just go ahead and show this to you guys. Okay, So again, depending on how hard you push it down, you can enable Siri, you can exit out of apps. So it's just like when you push down on the app icons and you get 3D touch, they've now added that to the home button. However, it does look the same.
I'm not sure what you said there.
Oh, because I wasn't trying to say anything, Siri. You can see the home button. Looks similar because they haven't really changed the design, but again, different features. Okay. Alright, again, going through some of the settings here. Actually, let's go ahead and look at the control center here. Before we go through settings, you can see what that says. So there's control center. Okay, I'm going to turn the brightness up. You got your settings right there, but let's go through the settings here. So you got, of course, all the network settings, notification settings, so you could turn on and turn off notifications to your liking. Control center settings, okay, very simple. General, of course, spotlight, search, handoff, CarPlay, home button settings, right? So look at that. It says tap an option below, then press the home button to give it a try. To set the one you like best, tap done. Okay, so push the home button to try it. So it gives me number 2. Gives me number 1. So basically gives you the best option for your fingers, however you like to click. Okay, again, going through some of the settings here. Let's go ahead and look at some of the wallpapers, display and brightness features as well. Let's check out some of their new wallpapers. You have the stills, just as you did with the 6S. You have the live, dynamic, very fast phone, I will grant it that. Okay, so you can see some of the stills here. Simplistic, Apple-esque wallpapers. Let's just go ahead and put this one, I suppose. So we'll set it for both. And again, you have the gesture, which you've had for a while. Siri features. Okay. Allow Hey Siri, which we can set up later, actually. Alright, you could see the sounds and haptics feature. So haptics being the vibrate, keyboard click, lock sound, system haptics. Play haptics for system control and interactions. Battery features, battery percentage, which I like on. You have low power mode, which is basically a power saving option. And of course all your app settings. Okay, let's go ahead and close out of that. Alright, you guys can see the lock screen here, of course. You have the widgets here on the lock screen. And you have the ability to access the camera, so no more, well, you could swipe up to access the control center, of course. Okay, swipe down to access your notifications. Swipe to the left for your widgets. And of course, you have Touch ID. It says press home to open. There you go. And of course, this is a water resistant device. Doesn't mean you want to go swimming with it, but it is water resistant to a certain level. I repair phones for a living. Again, if you guys have any phones that need to be repaired, you can mail them in. I'll leave the information for our shop down below. But the thing is, you definitely don't want to go swimming with these, because Samsung water resistant devices I've seen get water damage. So keep that in mind. I also want to show you guys the SIM card tray here, which is a little bit different now. There you can see the SIM card has that. That's for the water resistance, of course, so they added that to it. Didn't have that little black thing around it in previous iterations, so that's new. Alright, you can see the calendar here. It syncs with your account, so you're not going to lose anything if you transfer over from a new iPhone. Mail, of course. Clock. I mean, this thing is so fast. I do want to emphasize, this is a blazing fast phone. Alright, that A10 processor is absolutely blazing fast. Alright, of course, the weather app. I mean, just look how quickly it closes out of my apps. And absolutely unbelievable. Wallet, of course. We'll allow that. And then again, if you double tap, you can get your multitasking, which you can close out of multiple at a time. Alright, your Notes app. Reminders, which you could set, of course, through Siri as well. Home. Okay, so control your home, set and forget it, share access. So basically, start building your connected home by adding lights, locks, thermostats, and other HomeKit enabled accessories, which is cool if you have a smart home and you want to add certain things in your smart home that can sync with your phone. there's that. Of course, health settings again. FaceTime calculator. Everyone knows what the calculator looks like. And it comes with iTunes, iMovie, Pages, Keynote, GarageBand, of course all the other extras as well. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at the keyboard here. You guys can see how the keyboard looks. Okay, so the sound is slightly different. It almost sounds Windows Phone-esque. Hey, what's going on today? Question mark. Do you want to do something? Exclamation point, question mark. Okay, of course you have the ability to use the voice dictation. You have all your emojis and all that good stuff as well. Okay, so I wanted to edit this in so I could show you guys this feature right here, which is basically digital touch. Alright, draw with one finger, tap with one finger, press with one finger, tap with two fingers. So, hey, and then you can draw, and it's a little bit confusing in my opinion, but I think it's one of those things that you kind of have to get used to. Right? Okay, you can see there, recent images, store. Of course, you can share your photos directly through there. So, see how that works right there. Also have the ability to multitask here by simply long pressing on the side. Okay. Just wanted to show that to you guys. So, there's that. Of course, the web browser. Or you could just go to whatever website it is that you so please. And it loads web browsers absolutely blazing fast. I'm going to go to YouTube through the mobile site to show you guys some video as well. And now the screen is very similar, or almost identical actually, to the 6S in terms of its screen resolution, pixels per inch. So in that regard, it's not very, it's not upgraded, but it is still an upgrade in terms of just the way it feels. It feels more responsive, it feels faster. So it's still pretty solid. No doubt about it. Even in today's 2016 standards, where most OEMs are going with 2K resolution displays, this basically Retina display from years back is still getting the job done. All right, let's go ahead and load video. Again, everything is super fast. You guys can see here the volume. Hey guys, welcome to Technibility, your source for no-nonsense tech. My name is Berj. Thank you guys for watching. We got a great review here for you guys today of the Samsung Galaxy Note 7, a phone that I literally just received a few hours ago. Had a chance to play around with a little bit, so I already am. Again, it all really depends on how you optimize your software. Excuse me, it has a 12 megapixel rear camera. Oh yeah, it's got 64 gigabyte internal storage with an SD card slot up to 256 gigabytes. It has a 12 megapixel rear camera. Good quality. You see that right there. Loud sound. 12 megapixel rear camera. You got optical image. Again, click on the home button and it immediately exits out. Okay, let's look at the dialer here. You know what the dialer looks like. Or if you've used an iPhone at this point, you should know what the dialer looks like. Okay, you can see the news application here as well. Alright, it basically customizes your news aggregate for you. Again, you also have 3D touch, so that feature is still there. You can create a new message from the messaging app, call people from your contacts from the dialer app, I believe play music or search for your music through the music app. So useful in a multitude of different ways. So that's there. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the camera. Okay, here you see the 12 megapixel shooter. Okay, you have almost the same features as previous iterations of iOS. You can see I'm clicking, and of course you have burst shot. Okay, I could zoom in and just take a picture close up, show you guys what that looks like. Wow, quality looks really good at 100% zoom. Okay. Alright, of course you have the flash. So I'm going to turn on here just to show you guys how bright the flash is. And I'm going to show you guys from this side here. Definitely a bright flash. Okay, and we can turn that back to auto for now. And of course you have square, panorama, video, which records at 4K, slow-mo video, time-lapse video. You also have the ability to utilize filters while you're taking a picture, so you can see the filters right there. Okay, HDR mode, live photos, which is currently on, and of course the front-facing camera, which is now a 7 megapixel front-facing camera. Great quality on that front-facing camera, by the way, guys. And just looking at it in live, super good quality. And this has flash too, so it's kind of a interesting type flash, but you can see it just kind of brightens up the screen so that you can get a brighter front-facing camera shot. Alright, you could shoot video with the front-facing camera at 720p or at 1080p, 30 frames per second. Of course, the rear you can record 4K video if you'd like. You could set that up in settings. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and just show you guys some sample video at 1080p, so I will be right back. This is sample 1080p video with the iPhone 7. Alright, we're doing 100% zoom. Wow, that 100% zoom looks really clean. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. That'll be $50 to put me on.
Right? Is that all you're asking for? Alright, again, 100% zoom.
Wow.
Yeah, the quality's pretty good. Alright, let's just go ahead and move around here. Again, this is at 100% zoom. This is at regular. Alright, let's just do a quick turn around here. Alright, there you guys go. 1080p sample video with the iPhone 7. Okay, now going through the gallery here. Some of the photos that we took. Of course, you have live photos. So if you long press on it, again, using the Force Touch feature,
Previous iterations of iOS, you can see
do a live photo. Right, there's the close-up shots at 100% zoom. Great quality. Alright. The front-facing shots are phenomenal quality, I must say. I mean, those things are superb quality. I mean, I am definitely impressed with this front-facing camera. Yeah. Okay, and if you can also share it, you can edit it, so you have a multitude of different editing options. You can even duplicate it, slideshow, hide, aside to contacts, uses wallpaper, print, all that good stuff. And of course, if I long press on the home button here, hey, how are you, Siri?
I'm fine. Thanks for asking.
Set reminder, go to the doctor, 3 p.m. tomorrow.
Okay, I'll remind you.
Okay.
Are you sure you want to delete this reminder?
Who is the 14th President of the United States?
Interesting question.
Oops. Who is the 14th President of the United States?
Let me have a look.
Well, it didn't get 14th,
The
but...
answer is Barack Obama from January.
How old is Abraham Lincoln?
Abraham Lincoln died April 15, 1865 at age 56.
What is 3 times 3 minus 6 plus 9 to the third power?
Let me have a look. The answer is 732.
How many sides are in an octagon?
Let me think. Here is what I found.
There you go. What is 6 to the third power?
Checking. The answer is 216.
Define flummoxed.
Flummox is an informal term. It means perplex, someone, greatly bewilder.
Open App Store. Of course, you have the ability to download apps. Super Mario Run. Looks like a fun game. And when I do the comparison videos, I'll do games and all that good stuff in comparison with, say, the iPhone 6s and the Galaxy Note 7 and then the 7 Plus, which I'll be getting soon. So we can do all those comparison videos as well. Okay, so iOS 10. Pretty interesting. It looks very similar to TouchWiz, not exactly, but similar to TouchWiz. Now people argue that TouchWiz looks like iOS, so you know that's not really an argument that anyone is going to win. Now, in terms of just overall, as an upgrade, is it an upgrade from the iPhone 6s? Well, you know, if you have an iPhone 6s, I'm pretty sure you're pretty happy with it. Now, if you have an iPhone 6, there's a lot of good trade-in offers that T-Mobile is offering, and I believe other carriers. So if you're looking into trading in your iPhone 6, then maybe it's about time you upgrade, because you have hit that 2-year mark. Because this is definitely an upgrade from the iPhone 6, just in terms of speed, camera, and other features like the home button and 3D touch. But in terms of from the 6S, I mean, there are small differences. Of course, the camera is better, the front-facing camera, the home button has been improved, and the phone definitely just feels absolutely like a speed demon. I mean, look at this. Unbelievable how fast this device is. It's absolutely jarring, and I am not just, you know, I always, my big thing about phones is how fast are they, and this right here is unbelievable. I mean, I am perplexed is the word I want to use. Maybe I should ask Siri to define that, but look at this. Okay? I mean, I just opened out of practically every app on my home screen, closed out of it in what, in a matter of 20 seconds. That is cool, man. I am a huge fan of the speed of this thing. Now you guys can see the viewing angles of the screen. Again, I am at 100% brightness. So great viewing angles on the IPS display, LCD of course. Okay. Now repairability wise, the screen on this is probably going to be costly in the beginning, so try not to break your phone because it's going to cost you a little bit to replace this screen. You know, it is all metal on the back, so it's going to be prone to damage if you do drop it. So try to avoid dropping it at all costs. Now, if you're an Android user and you're looking for an upgrade, you have quite a few choices. Right now, the Note 7, of course, has been recalled, and they're re-releasing it with a new battery, so hopefully it doesn't blow up, even though it's only about a 1% chance, if that. You got the wireless headphones, which again, I've been a big fan of since the beginning of wireless headphones, so that's nothing new to me. You know, I guess it is a little appealing for someone who has an Android phone who's looking to upgrade, but if I were you guys, I'd wait. And of course, we are going to review the 7 Plus, so stay tuned for that if you're looking for a bigger display. And we are going to compare this with Windows phones, including the Lumia 950, Samsung's, the Galaxy lines, S7 Edge, the Note 7, as well as some HTCs, some LGs, including the V20. So we got some great comparisons and reviews coming up, so stay tuned for that, guys. Otherwise, this has been my review for the iPhone 7, the regular 7. Of course, there's probably a few things I missed, and I do apologize for that, guys. I try to cover as much as I can, but it's, you know, fairly self-explanatory. If you're an iPhone user, you're aware of it. If you're not, it's very easy to get used to. So do I recommend this device? Sure. It's a nice device. It's a great device. I mean, it's absolutely the fastest iPhone I've ever used in my life. Feels good in the hand, has new features, you know, is modern. And again, just comparing it to the Retina MacBook, in terms of the gold, you guys can see it's a little bit lighter of a shade of gold, but close enough. And just overall is a device that Apple definitely put a lot of effort into and a lot of thought. So yeah, definitely recommend it. So there you guys go, iPhone 7. Stay tuned for more reviews and comparisons here at Technibility, your source for no-nonsense tech. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. And don't forget to subscribe. My name is Berj. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.